I'm going to start this one off by saying this is going to be the last single Assassin's Creed video. I'm going to double up the rest of them. So it'd be Unity and Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, then Valhalla and Mirage, and then finally finish with Shadows. That way it puts it out, the final one out midway through February there. That way it gets this project done. It's always good to finish a project once you start it, even if you have no fucking idea where it's going to go. That way it's nice and dealt with. So in this one, we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Rogue. First Assassin's Creed game without a number to it. This would technically be the fifth one, but they stopped naming them with numbers at this point and just gave them subtitles, right? So Black Flag was the first one to have one. This is the next one to have one. This Assassin's Creed game is also referred to by a lot of people as the Forgotten Assassin's Creed game. A lot of people didn't even know this game existed because it came out the same day Unity did. Because this was the last Assassin's Creed game made on the old engine for the older systems. And as such, it plays almost exactly the same as Assassin's Creed Black Flag. In this game, you play as Shay Patrick Cormac, a colonial assassin. That was based out of the Davenport homestead back when, well, it was a fully functioning chapter of the Assassin's Order. This is long before Connor. No idea if you can hear my heat kick on in the background there, but it is fairly chilly out. I think it's like 5 degrees or something. If you can hear it, my bad. Hopefully the music actually drowns that out. Anyway, you play Shay Patrick Cormac on the Davenport homestead with Achilles when he was younger than what he is in Assassin's Creed 3. And this game acts as a preamble leading up to why he is the crotchety old man he is in Assassin's Creed 3. The big thing about this, I'm not really going to go into mechanics, you know, significantly harsh like I did with the other ones here, because this is pretty much exactly the same as Black Flag. Movement's same. Ship combat is relatively the same, couple of minor alterations here and there, but it's Black Flag set in the northeast of the United States, which is fine. The big thing that this game did for me, and why it's probably still my favorite Assassin's Creed game out of all of them, is up until this point, you've played as Altair, who was a member of an Assassin's Order, just a cog in the machine, Ezio, who rebuilt the Order, Connor, who rebuilt the Order, Edward, who just wasn't part of the Order at all. And this game gives you a view into what it's like to be a normal assassin working for the Assassin's Brotherhood, not being the mentor or the creator or the fucking architect of the assassins, just an average assassin. And lo and behold, they treat their initiates like shit, right? Pretty much everyone except for like 2 people in the entirety of the Assassins chapter there in the Americas treat Shay terribly. The only 2 that are okay is Faith. Even then, she still plays her own games. And then Liam, who is like your best friend from your home country there. Beyond that, they pretty much hold... How to explain it? They don't like him. They don't like your character simply because they think they're better than him. They think he should follow their orders without question and shut the fuck up about it. It shows you that the Assassins and the Templars have been fighting this war for such a long time that the Assassins, who have been on equal footing with them this entire time, do so because they operate almost exactly the same as the Templars. You just don't really see it in the other games because you're the bigwig in charge, or a special outlier that, you know, is given free rein to run around as they please. As you move through the beginning portions of this game, you find the Voce manuscript along with a precursor box, and you have to go to Ben Franklin, of all fucking people, to have him decipher what the Voce manuscript holds, and it gives out a map, and you, as the protagonist, Shay, are tasked with going to, I think, Hispaniola, I think it's called, to find a piece of Eden, so that the Templars can't get it. And this is the second time an expedition like this has been sent out. The first time, the assassin died and there was a catastrophe. Still getting over being sick. So some words don't come out the way they should. So with this one here, they send Shay out to go there and collect this piece of Eden. He solves all the jump around, climb puzzles in the cathedral and goes down underground to a precursor site. that has a weird piece of geometry floating, and as soon as he touches it, it breaks it and sets off the fault line there. Come to find out, these precursor sites are pretty much pins holding the tectonic activity back, and when you fuck with them, it sets off a giant earthquake. So, Shay levels the city on accident, because the assassins have no idea what they're doing, and they're just trying to beat the Templars to the areas without knowing what they're actually doing, causing more harm than good, because this is like the second city they've leveled, mind you. Shay gets back, Shay's pissed. Shay tells the assassins, hey, you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. Stop playing with the stuff in that book. Don't send anyone else out to find these places. And the first thing the assassins say to him is, well, you must have did something wrong then. It's your fault. So at this point, Shay understands, hey, yeah, no, these guys aren't going to stop. Achilles has pretty much fucking lost it. His wife and kid are dead. He's on a warpath at this point. The only thing I can do to save people's lives, because I know they're going to go and try for these other pieces of Eden, is to take this book and throw it into the fucking ocean. So he breaks into the Davenport homestead, takes the manuscript, goes to throw it off into the ocean. One of the assassins shoot him because, oh, he's betraying us. He ends up in the water, gets washed down to wherever, ends up in New York City, being taken care of by a couple of older folk. You go downstairs after the older folk, you know, help you out and heal you up, and they're getting accosted by a gang of criminals who want protection money from them. You chase them off. Another guy comes in, introduces himself. The older people give you their son's clothes because he died. So you decide to want to pay the old people back and pay the guy back that saved your life. You go outside to see where the gang of ruffians that were trying to extort people are. And it's a group of assassin thugs. Set up in much the same manner a lot of the gang activity and stuff was in Brotherhood and Revelations. A lot of people say, oh, well, they just did a cookie cutter thing. Now the assassins are the Templars and the Templars are the assassins. And yeah, that's what this entire game was trying to get at. The assassins and the Templars can fight on equal footing because they are equals. They deploy the same tactics, right? They have to. It can't just be like 20 assassins taking on an organization of hundreds of thousands because they would lose, right? Even in Assassin's Creed 2, you have the thieves, you have the courtesans, you have the mercenaries. The thieves aren't assassins. The courtesans aren't assassins. The mercenaries aren't assassins. They're all run by assassins, but the people in those groups are not assassins. And the same thing happens here. Like, you have soldiers and stuff, and they're led by, like, the French assassin. And you have courtesans, which are run by Faith and her intelligence gatherings. You have different assassin ships, which are pretty much led by Liam and some of the others, and you have trackers, which are led by one of the native guys. I can't remember his name. He doesn't really have a big part in the game, mind you. And it's these subsets that show that the assassins themselves are the ones that started these gangs. These gangs are not full of assassins, right? And it's almost exactly the same as what the Templars do and what Abstergo even does with subsidiaries and different companies and shell corporations and shit like that. But it goes to show that the assassins have to take a page from the book of the Templars if they want to fight on equal footing, because, well, this war in the shadows has been going on for thousands of years, right? Then to circle around to let's just go with the end of the game there. You go up to the Arctic where Achilles and Liam have decided to chase down one of these pieces of Eden. They get all through this temple complex to the Lich Pin where the piece of Eden is floating, and Achilles eventually realizes, oh shit, Shay was right, we shouldn't fuck with this stuff. And then he just turns around and leaves. And of course you have to deal with Liam at that point, your best friend. That's how it goes in this game. On your way out, you're talking with Achilles, and you've realized that he's broken at this point. You've dismantled the entirety of the colonial assassins. They're gone. You've killed pretty much every one of them at this point, including Adewale. Achilles is the only one left, and as a final fuck you and nail in the coffin, Shay shoots him in the leg. Mind you, this is a cutscene bullet, so it actually does lasting damage. That's why he walks with a cane in Assassin's Creed 3. But yeah, that's how that goes. And then you skip ahead to sometime in the future when Ben Franklin is in France. You have to go and make sure he doesn't get killed by assassins and shit. The final bit there is Shay making his way through a palace, walks by some kids talking over an apple they stole as he slowly walks his way down a hallway and, well, assassinates a guy. And that, right there, is the beginning of Assassin's Creed Unity. Right. So this game was meant to bridge Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed Unity together by being set before Assassin's Creed 3, but after Assassin's Creed 4, where you play as the character that kills the father of the protagonist of Assassin's Creed Unity. It's a very unique idea that they dealt with there. And again, since it came out the same day Unity did, not a lot of people bought the game. Still one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games, though. If you played Assassin's Creed Rogue, and you have any unique stories or anything about it, let me know. In the next one, I'm going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate at the same time, since at this point in time, well, from this point in time onward, Ubisoft has pretty much released Assassin's Creed games in two-part chapters. So, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, that sort of thing. Thanks for watching, if indeed you still are, and I'll see you in the next one.